Diego, coming off of that result in Louisville, what kind of a reaction have you seen from the boys going into this?
We know it's a playoff start a new season. Everybody's motivated. Everybody's focused on Sunday game. We already live apart the last game, and all our focus is on the game of this weekend.
Do you think kind of living on the playoff bubble and taking it one game at a time, and that scenario has kind of helped you kind of come into the playoffs with that one game at a time mindset?
Yeah, I think it's the way to attack the playoff season. No, now we know like really it's one game because there is nothing else after. You need to win it in order to earn the next week.
When you look at that last game against New Mexico, obviously getting the win over there, what lessons are you taking from that game going into this one about how you have to approach it?
I think that was a good game from us. The lesson that we took is no matter what, if we concede first, we can come back and win the game. So that's going to be the mentality. We know that also when we are winning, we can lock the score and do not concede chances. So we come with a good mentality and in a positive mentality towards the game.
I know you kind of listed a lot of things there, but what do you think is the number one thing that you guys have to do this weekend in order to come out with a victory?
Well, playoff games first, not concede. If you don't concede a goal, you are through the next round. So that's the mentality. We have parts of the season where we were very good, achieving clean sheet after clean sheet and being very difficult to get a score on, and that's what we know, that in playoff, if you don't concede, you go through the next round.
Do you feel like last season's kind of title has given some of the players that were on that team kind of like a little bit of an extra boost, kind of knowing what it takes to win?
Yeah, I think they have an extra confidence. They win it going in a row, going away every game of the playoff span, and they know they can do it again, and that's how they feel about it.
Do you think kind of going on the road, obviously sort of a shorter trip, do you like what you're saying from a team chemistry standpoint, and is there anything you guys are going to do maybe before the match this weekend that maybe try to bond a little more before going on the road?
Yeah, we already did some bonding in the last couple of weeks, and now for us is taking the best care of their bodies, taking the best nutrition possible coming to this game, and having the best trainings leading to New Mexico game, and be ready to compete.
How's the team looking fitness-wise at the moment?
We're looking good. We have some players that can be a doubt, but most of the players are good, and we are ready to play and compete.
In the playoffs, are you going to be maybe a little more aggressive with substitutions? Maybe if you don't see anything that you quite like, or are you just going to kind of stick with the game plan that you normally do in that sense?
We'll see. We'll see what we do depending on the game. What is the problem? What is the result and the score? We don't have anything pre-planned on those terms.
Obviously, earlier this week, reports coming out about the future of the head coaching role here in Phoenix. How have you been managing that distraction?
No, for me, the most important is the game on Sunday. That's what drives me forward. That's what I want to do. Want to win on Sunday, and I don't have any distraction of that because it's not helping at all the team or myself. So all my focus is on winning on Sunday. We have this playoff coming. We want to be champions, and this is what we are focusing on.
Is that something you think that could prove unsettling in the locker room?
No, I think the guys are focusing on winning also. Playoff is enough motivation for us to focus on that.
Do you go back and watch the last New Mexico game, or you just kind of focus on this Saturday is going to be a different atmosphere, probably different game plan for them, or anything like that?
No, we watch the game, what happened over there, what were the positive things, what were things to improve, how they approach the game, how we approach the game, and what was the outcome out of there. Obviously, we know it's going to be a different game. I think both teams know what they want to do, but the pressure of the playoffs is not the same. always. So we know it's gonna be a different game than the one that we just played from the kickoff.
And then last week, you talked about possibly watching the playoff games from last year to look for some of the mentality, some of the little things. What's the process that you guys go through when doing that, and what are some of the things you're looking for?
You know, we look, we had conversations, we looked through the different situations that the teams were facing in playoff and how the teams solve those situations, not only what was the situation winning, what was the situation losing, also what the other teams throw at them. So this is a little bit the analysis that we went through.
And New Mexico, unique situation where you played them at the beginning, played them in, and now meet them in the playoffs. Where have you seen them develop across this year, from the first game to now?
Obviously, it's a team that they are the first one in our conference. They have an amazing season. It's a team that have played very well all year, really good soccer, dominating games with the ball, being also intense on the press. So it's a very good soccer team. Obviously, they arrive now in a moment that they have not lost the last 5 games, but same thing like for them, for us. It's a new season. So I am sure that they will approach it that way also.
Obviously, you mentioned pressure earlier, knowing that they're coming in as the number 1 seed, they're the ones at home. Do you think that pressure could possibly work in your favour going into this game?
I think they have more pressure than us, for sure. They're going to play at home. They are going to play in front of the fans. They are in a situation where they won the league, but they know last games has not been the best, and they want to perform in front of their fans. So for us, we want to win, but obviously in those situations, the number 1 seed has the most pressure.
When you look at the roster from last year to this year, obviously there's some new guys who aren't necessarily used to the playoffs. They're used to relegation and demotion, and you kind of taught maybe some of those guys, you know, what the playoffs are like and what the pressure is like during those moments.
Yeah, I mean, there are some players that had not played playoff before, but not many also. And they are also used to play games of decisive phases. You have the cup games also, where it's the same situation. You need to win or win. If not, there is not the other game. So I think everybody will be ready for this type of games. We have players that have won it last year. We have Pape that have won in a playoff system this last year also in college setup. So we have several players that know what it is to compete and what it is to win it in a playoff setup.
On Pape, where's he at fitness-wise? I know you said everyone a little bit earlier, but he's a weird one that missed last week, so where's he at?
Yeah, we don't know if Pape is going to be available for this Sunday. It's a doubt right now. I will see.
Diego, just like you mentioned, it's the playoffs. Finally, it's won or go home. How are you able to just capture what you took over midway through the season and just try to put all that effort into just focusing on Sunday?
No, what we try to say is, okay, we are here in playoff, and our mentality is right now, regardless what happened before, you have the same options to win that the one that finished in first position. This is like World Cups or other competitions, and we are focusing completely on that, on knowing that, okay, it's one game at a time. Now it's a clean sheet for us. We need to perform on Sunday, and if we don't perform on Sunday, there's not going to be another opportunity. I think the guys are in a good mentality. We arrive in a good moment of fitness condition, and I think the group arrived motivated. That is very important.